Ever wondered how actors memorize entire Shakespeare plays in just days, while you struggle to remember a simple phone number? Today I'll reveal the secret technique that memory champions use worldwide. But first, let me tell you about Sarah's nightmare. She had 24 hours to memorize a 15-minute presentation. Her boss said, "Mess this up and you're fired." Friends, write in the comments where you're watching from, and hit like if you want to know the most unexpected thing. Sarah tried reading her speech over and over again. She highlighted every sentence in different neon colors. She even recorded herself and played it while sleeping. But the next morning, complete blank. Panic mode activated. Here's what nobody tells you about memory. Your brain doesn't store information like a computer file. It creates connections, pathways, and emotional links. Think about your childhood phone number. You still remember it, because you dialed it thousands of times with emotion attached. Now here's the game-changing technique I discovered in Tibet. Monks there memorize entire religious texts in single sessions. They use something called the memory palace method. Imagine walking through your childhood home right now. You know every corner, every squeaky floorboard, every smell. This spatial memory is incredibly powerful in humans. Now place each piece of your text in different rooms. Let's say your speech starts with statistics about climate change. Put those numbers on your kitchen table. Next paragraph about solutions? Place it in your bedroom. Your conclusion goes in the bathroom. Sounds weird, works perfectly. But here's the secret sauce that changes everything. Make each piece of information absolutely ridiculous and emotional. Instead of, "Sales increased 40% last quarter," picture 40 dancing elephants in your kitchen making coffee. The more absurd, the more memorable it becomes. Sarah learned this technique at 2 a.m. before her presentation. She imagined her apartment filled with talking pie charts. Revenue numbers became singing parrots in her shower. Company goals transformed into dancing robots in her closet. She walked through her memory palace 15 times. Each journey took exactly 3 minutes to complete. By 6 a.m., she knew every word perfectly. But the real test came during the actual presentation. As she stood up, her mind went completely blank. Then she remembered. Start the journey in your memory palace. She pictured walking through her front door. And there were the dancing elephants with her opening statistics. Word after word flowed naturally from room to room. She delivered the most confident presentation of her career. But here's what makes this technique absolutely revolutionary. It works for any type of information you need. Medical students use it to memorize anatomy textbooks. Language learners place vocabulary in their memory palaces. Even shopping lists become unforgettable with this method. The ancient Greeks invented this technique over 2,000 years ago. Roman senators used it for hours-long speeches without notes. Modern memory champions memorize entire decks of cards instantly. But why doesn't anyone teach this in schools? Because our education system is stuck in medieval times. They make you repeat information mindlessly, like parrots. Instead of teaching how your brain actually works, here's the scientific explanation that will blow your mind. When you create vivid, emotional memories with spatial elements, multiple brain regions activate simultaneously for stronger encoding. Visual cortex processes the imagery you create. Emotional centers add feeling and significance to information. Spatial memory locks everything into permanent storage. This creates what scientists call elaborative encoding. One study showed people remembered 90% more using this technique. Now let me give you the step-by-step formula. Step 1. Choose your most familiar location ever. It could be your house, school, or workplace. Step 2. Create a specific route through this location. Always follow the same path. Consistency is crucial. Step 3. Divide your material into small chunks. Each chunk goes to one specific location stop. Step 4. Make everything absurdly visual and emotional. Boring facts become ridiculous movies in your head. Step 5. Walk through your palace multiple times. Each repetition strengthens the neural pathways permanently. Within 10 minutes, you'll know your material perfectly. Sarah now uses this technique for everything important. She memorized her wedding vows in 5 minutes. Her quarterly reports? 3 minutes of palace walking. Even her grocery list never gets forgotten anymore. The most amazing part? This gets easier with practice. Your memory palace becomes like a familiar friend. You start memorizing faster and retaining information longer. Some memory athletes can memorize 1,000-digit numbers instantly. But remember, start small and build up gradually. Try memorizing a short poem first before tackling presentations. Practice with your shopping list or daily schedule. Soon you'll amaze friends and colleagues with your abilities. Your confidence will skyrocket once you master this skill. Never again will you fear forgetting important information. This technique literally changed thousands of lives worldwide. Students ace exams they thought were impossible. Professionals deliver flawless presentations without anxiety. Even grandparents memorize stories for their grandchildren. The power is already inside your brain right now. You just needed the right key to unlock it. That key is your spatial memory, combined with emotion. So next time you need to memorize something important, don't waste hours with boring repetition and highlighting. Build your memory palace and watch magic happen.